Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Frank Warren says Anthony Joshua is at the back of the line to fight Tyson Fury. We're going to take a look at the source and then we'll discuss it. So the source is IFL TV on Twitter, also known as X. And what they tweeted was Warren plays down Fury versus Joshua chances. Warren has claimed that Anthony Joshua is at the back of a very long queue to fight Tyson Fury. Do you think we will ever see that fight? Question mark. So now I will have to turn this over to Ned the TBE first. What's your reaction to Frank Warren saying that Joshua's at the back of the line? And do you think we will ever see that fight?
Fury?
Yeah, AJ versus Fury.
I doubt Joshua's back at the back of the line because, like we saw earlier this year, Fury was calling out Joshua after his last fight, and he wanted to fight Joshua, but Fury had no other option. And Frank Warren's just playing those games where he just talking to talk because at the end of the day, money talks. When you sell 70K in pay-per-view buys out of a huge arena and venue, and it doesn't do anything. It may put you in a bad light. I don't doubt Joshua's at the back of the line because at the end of the day, like they always said, the key word: money talks, BS walks. If y'all want to come with this BS, y'all lose out on money because we know what we want to see. The people would love to see AJ versus Fury. So Frank Warren, you're just talking till you see them dollar signs. You'd be like, yeah, we got to bounce back from that hit we just took from the last weekend. So I don't want to hear none of this nonsense about Joshua's at the back of the line. If you're just scared, if Fury not ready, if Fury down himself because he got whooped by Ngannou, so be it. But we all know what it is. The dollars is going to bring the fans. And when the fans come, you're going to be happy. They all going to be happy. So I don't get what he's talking about. He's at the back of the line.
All right, G.
Yeah, it's tricky only because I'm just curious to see if Josh will be willing to take a smaller percentage. Because normally with like all of the negotiations that have become public so far, it's always Joshua having like, the lion's share. But because it's Fury is the current champion. AJ isn't. AJ's not as hot as he was. Like, I don't know, because it makes sense for Fury to take on AJ because the money's there, But I don't know if Eddie Hearn will want that fight for AJ right now either, So I kind of believe in what Frank Warren is saying, but because it's more on the AJ side than the Fury side, I think AJ will probably need, probably like 2 more fights, and then I don't know. I don't know if Eddie, man, is down to work with Frank Warren on this, man. Like, it just seems like every time they're about to fight, something in the negotiations, goes like haywire and it doesn't happen, And not to mention when they were about to do the Saudi Arabia deal, then the arbitration happened. Like, AJ seemed really bothered by the whole situation, And so, I don't know, but it kind of seems like AJ needs Fury right now, but not necessarily. Yeah, you know what? It depends. It depends, man, really. Like, if AJ's willing to take a loss to potentially win the WBC belt, then yeah, I can see that happening unless, Frank Warren is like, yo, no, we're not working with this dude anymore, or Fury's blocking it or something. But it could happen, and it makes sense for both parties. The only thing, but the risk versus reward, it's more dangerous for AJ's side because if AJ takes a loss, this could really damage Matchroom and the zone. So I think that everybody that's invested in AJ, they need to see a new and improved AJ. And for that to happen, it's gonna probably take like at least a year. Because these guys seem like they only fight twice a year, anyways. And if AJ's about to fight Wilder, then AJ's probably gonna fight one more person. Then we could see AJ versus Fury. While Fury handles, hopefully by this time, Fury will, have the undisputed situations situated. So I think that does give enough time for AJ. But again, I don't know, man. I know it's like I'm saying both, but it's like 50-50. It could either happen right away, or it could happen in like a year or two.
I'm just trying to figure out some things because based on what you said, I see things differently. One, I don't see AJ as the one needing a fight. AJ is a pay-per-view attraction. Yeah, he's had some down years, but I think what just happened in Saudi Arabia actually boosts Anthony Joshua's stock. I think for years, Anthony Joshua has been taking on the toughest fights he can get. And even Usyk, remember, he didn't have to fight Usyk. He could have vacated the title, but he wanted to take the challenge. He could have avoided Usyk. He could have vacated the title and secured his fight with Fury, say, and then fought Fury for the WBC and then try to come back later for that title. But he didn't do that. He took the fight. Now, he lost to Usyk, and then people started questioning his killer instinct. He beat Jermaine Franklin. People question his killer instinct because he didn't go in for the kill on Jermaine Franklin, although he dominated the fight. Did much better against Jermaine Franklin than Dillian White, who got the victory over Jermaine Franklin, but many people felt like it was a gift for Dillian White. Anthony Joshua did better. Still, people question him. Although there's evidence that Jermaine Franklin is a solid fighter because he gave Dillian White all he could handle. People didn't want to accept that. Joshua got no credit. Then he's scheduled to fight Dillian White himself. Dillian White tests positive for banned substance. So Dillian White has to pull out of the fight last minute, like almost like fight week, like the week of the fight, close to it. Basically, like within the 2 weeks of the fight about to happen, Dillian White tests positive for a banned substance. AJ could scrap the card entirely, but no, he wants to fight. So they look for a last-minute replacement opponent. The last-minute replacement opponent becomes Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius, who is the guy who Wilder sparked out with one punch. Remember, though, Wilder sparks him out. Helenius is attacking Wilder, jumping in with his chin up in the air, basically trying to knock Wilder out. And Wilder's punch plus the force of Helenius jumping in with his chin, bang, Helenius is on the floor, knocked out cold. We were at that fight. We saw it. It was a hell of a shot. You heard it land, and you saw Helenius laid out on the floor. No one could ever take that away from Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder had a whole training camp plus knowledge of sparring numerous rounds with Helenius prior to that fight to prepare for his fight with Helenius. AJ had a few weeks. They hop in the ring. AJ knocks him out. Now, this time, AJ knocks him out with AJ coming forward and Helenius going back and AJ having to catch him. AJ knocks Helenius out cold, and people still say, well, it wasn't as good as Deontay Wilder. Wilder did it better. Nobody wants to give Anthony Joshua his credit. Later on, it comes out that Helenius also tested positive for a banned substance. So, first thing I want to say is, for all the people who say Anthony Joshua is some bum and he's easy to beat, yo, they all test positive for some banned substances when they got to fight him. Starting with Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Andy Ruiz clipped him with that, but he got his get back with Andy Ruiz. But, man, a lot of these dudes who claim AJ some punk and he's not confident and he's weak, they all taking stuff to have to try to beat him. And even with the stuff in him, Helenius still couldn't beat him. Helenius lost. So not only did he fight Helenius on short notice, he fought Helenius on PEDs. So he still gets the dub. Now we talk about Tyson Fury, who's fighting Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter who's been out of the ring for like 2 years, has surgery on both his knees, got in the ring and was able to put hands on Tyson Fury repeatedly, drop Tyson Fury, hurt Tyson Fury. But somehow the assumption is AJ needs to be new and improved to beat Tyson Fury. Is that so? Tyson Fury is beating Deontay Wilder, Dillian White, and Derek Ward Chisora in his previous fights. It was his third fight with Derek Ward Chisora, so he knew Derek Ward Chisora very well. In fact, Chisora has slowed down significantly over the years, and Fury has gotten better. Wilder fought Wilder 3 times, and again, Wilder is a one-trick pony. Wilder has a very fast, very devastating right hand, but every other punch that Wilder throws is not a threat. Only one punch. And Fury got caught with that punch several times and dropped by it 4 times, which could be a sign that, we were overhyping him anyway. Who knows? But the point is, Wilder really only has one weapon. All his other punches aren't really a threat. Dillian White had already been knocked out several times before he fought Tyson Fury. We've seen him knocked out with an uppercut. Joshua knocked him out with an uppercut. Povetkin knocked him out with an uppercut. Oscar Rivas dropped him with an uppercut. This dude had been knocked out with uppercuts before. So what does Fury do? Fury knocks him out with an uppercut, and people act like it's something we've never seen before in the sport of boxing. Derek Ward Chisora loses most of his big fights. In fact, the only big fight I think he's ever won was Pulev. Oh, and he just beat Gerald Washington, if you want to consider that a big fight. So again, what is it about Tyson Fury's resume that makes us say he's that dude? The fact he beat Deontay Wilder, and who is Deontay Wilder face for us to say that he's that dude? Because he beat old T's. So did Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz beat old T's. So what does that say? My point is, I think Joshua's stock went up because I think the fact that a guy making his professional debut actually beat Tyson Fury in the eyes of the world made people look back at Fury's past performances and say, what has he done to prove he's the best of his generation? He still has unfinished business with some of the former champions of his generation. And you can say Andy Ruiz is a bum, but he's former champion. You can say that Anthony Joshua, but he's a former champion. And Tyson Fury didn't fight any of them. So for me, his stock took a major hit. And when you say Anthony Joshua's in the back of the line and he's not going to get a fight with Tyson Fury, that makes it sound like you're ducking. That makes it sound like you're ducking because we know you were in negotiations with Anthony Joshua before the fight with Deontay Wilder, the trilogy. And Eddie Hearn flew to Saudi Arabia, and y'all had a deal. It was supposed to be a done deal, and then arbitration hit, and they couldn't fight. Then they revisited this fight again when after AJ lost to Usyk, and Tyson Fury was like bullying him to sign a contract. It's documented on his show. His team tells Tyson Fury, "Yo, give us a day. We'll get this through." It sounds like they're confident that the fight's going to make the finish line. So you can't say his team, Eddie Hearn and Joshua. It's documented. It's on Netflix. Watch it. His own team's telling him, Tyson, we're going to get this past the line. They're confident that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua's going to take the fight, and Fury deads it. Nope, I'm done. It's over. D-Day is over. So he's the reason it didn't happen then. And now to say that Josh was at the back of the queue, like Joshua didn't watch the fight with Francis Ngannou thinking, I'm faster than him. I have a better arsenal than him. If he can put hands on Fury, I feel confident I can put hands on Fury. There's no heavyweight boxer in the world that watched Ngannou's performance against Fury that didn't get confident. And you're telling me that Anthony Joshua needs to get some tune-ups? No, I think he take them right now. And in fact, Eddie Hearn stated this much. He said, Anthony Joshua would knock out Tyson Fury within 6 rounds, and he knocked out Francis Ngannou within 3 rounds. And I personally believe that Eddie Hearn would accept the fight with Francis Ngannou or Tyson Fury immediately if those fights were offered to him, because I really do think that Anthony Joshua's stock went up, and he's even more confident that Anthony Joshua will beat Tyson Fury. And I used to be 50-50, and then I switched over to like 70-30 Tyson Fury. I'm back to being like, I don't know what would happen in that fight, and I would love to see it. Anthony Joshua's a pay-per-view attraction. So I'll close by saying this. The fact that Anthony Joshua would be at the back of the line, my question would be, if it's anyone other than Usyk at the front, it's a duck. The only person who should fight Tyson Fury over Anthony Joshua would be Alexander Usyk, in my opinion. Dollar Bill, you're back.
I agree with you.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. There it is like that.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know you rocking with. It's the Mighty Mighty Boxing Bros.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me? Came so cold in my cell, all them loony. Stay 10 toes.